Old YouTube, why was it so special? I personally believe what made YouTube so special for me whenever I was younger was commentary YouTubers. YouTubers like Leafy is Here, Cyrus, Scrubby, Pyrocynical, Benji, and among many others. Before I get into this completely, let me change my character. This is going to be my new character because it's funnier and I like it more. There was a time when YouTube commentary ruled the platform. Sharp takes, well-edited rants, and a cult personality behind every channel icon, but something's changed. The golden age is over. So what happened to YouTube commentary? Section 1. The Rise. In the late 2010s, YouTube commentary exploded. Channels like Leafy, Pyrocynical, iDubbbz, H3H3, Raccoon Eggs, and later creators like D'Angelo Wallace, Curtis Connor, Cyrus, Scrubby, Benji, made smart, funny, and sometimes brutally honest videos dissecting internet drama, trends, or just cringy content. It was a new form of digital critique, half entertainment, half social commentary, and it felt real, raw, unfiltered. Audiences loved the blend of personality-driven narration, memes, and solid editing. It was a great time for all of us in an era where everybody was trying to be edgy. 2016 to 2020, what a time to be alive, especially during COVID when everybody was locked up. It's all anybody ever wanted to watch. It was so amazing, and it was probably my favorite era of YouTube to ever exist, to be completely honest with you peeps. The early days of this content really focused on being loud and edgy and just trying to do anything you can for views. It was a great era for commentary, honestly. It was less about giving a good commentary and more of trying to be funny. And I think that was just awesome. And it blew so many people into stardom, like people who we don't even see anymore, like Leafy or Raccoon Eggs. They were, really famous people we all loved, just for them to disappear one day. Let me show you a clip of by far my favorite commentary YouTuber to have ever existed, Raccoon Eggs, and you'll see what I mean. Some of the earliest commentary content was so edgy and out of whack, but it was so funny at the same time, and I always wonder what the heck happened to it.
What's going on, everybody? Raccoon Eggs here. Are you a tumor on the back of civilization with no concept of social integrity, rotting away in the confinement of your room as you slowly collect dust in the resentment of others? That's a trick question. You watch Raccoon Eggs videos, so I already know you're a fucking tumor. What does this have to do with the video, you may ask? Why, absolutely nothing. I just felt like making fun of you. Anyways, what the fuck are we doing today? Oh yeah, that's right, a raccoon attack. How to survive it? Well, aside from the genetic calamity you see every time you look in the mirror, raccoon attacks are perhaps nature's most horrifying invention, topping the chart.
As you can see, very, very edgy for the sake of being funny, and I think it's the most hilarious thing ever. I used to think this stuff was hilarious as heck every single day. I'd watch this stuff every single day. I still remember my buddy at the time looking at me and just telling me about Raccoon Eggs with a straight face, saying, "Hey, watch out, survive a raccoon attack." And I came in expecting a genuine video, and I ended up getting the most hilarious video I think I've ever seen in my life, and it made me fall in love with that kind of content. And it's why I make the kind of videos I make. I like the kind of videos I make now. As you can see, it was also very heavy on the sarcasm and overlays and stuff. It was quite the era of YouTube. Without further ado, though, let's hop into Section 2. Section 2. Saturation and stagnation. Now, after a while, you see a bunch of people making these YouTube channels that are blowing up, and it seems really easy to make. So it becomes the same cycle. Show a tweet, make fun of it, play some music maybe, and it's just rinse and repeat every single video. Every video is the same. And so many commentary YouTube channels have such a big problem with that, and it really sucks because it was really cool content for a long time and people just wore it out, and that is not something I wanted for it. As originality started to fade, many creators cycled to the same topics: TikTok kids, cringe compilations, or influencer scandals, without adding anything new really. It was the same thing, rinse and repeat. At some point, commentary stopped being commentary and became content for content's sake. All about money, all greed. Nothing came out of it. It killed a genre that a lot of people loved, and it honestly kind of sucks. It's not very awesome. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's the exact opposite of awesome possum. And in general, just like really in general, a lot of those channels that are run and they're just generic and do the exact same thing over and over and over again are either kids that are just trying to pump out content, or they are like teams of people from foreign countries. They aren't even like people in America commenting on things they think are real, even though that's the impression they give off. It's actually teams of people making garbage content, which I have talked about in a previous video with white thumbnail content creators, where it's just like a white thumbnail, a couple black words. It's in like there's one word in red, and then it's a picture of some character from an adult animation like Peter Griffin. But it's not just these. Like Rice Gum started the whole "this person needs to be stopped," and then it was just over and over and over and over. People were making videos called "this person needs to be stopped" because that's what they needed the title of the video to be for it to get clicks. And you'd open the video and you'd be clickbaited. It's not even what you wanted to watch. Or in recent times, videos like "why X is problematic." Yes, no shit. A billionaire named Elon Musk running Twitter, buying Twitter, and changing the name is problematic. You don't need to make 50 videos on it. It's ridiculous. You would also see a lot of videos on like, oh, this is the cringiest channel on YouTube. And that's like, you'd see like a picture of Morgs, because I guarantee that's what it was every single time. Or, "this kid needs to be stopped," and it was Lil Tay. Oh my god. I've seen like 100 videos on Lil Tay whenever I was younger. And I don't know if you noticed, but even Morgs and Lil Tay aren't even on YouTube anymore. They made their bag and they dipped to a different platform. And let me tell you, the exact same thing happened with commentary YouTubers, except they're not making their bag anymore. They're completely off the internet. So that will bring me to Section 3, the algorithm shift. As time went on, some YouTubers went on to make longer form commentary content, like CoffeeZilla, who made hour-long video essays that took years to make. And the algorithm favored that more because they were making more money off of it. So obviously, they're going to shift it to where people who make that are going to make more money. But that made commentary YouTubers fall off. And not only that, but a lot of those content creators that were commentary YouTubers relied on edgier humor. And with YouTube starting to lean more towards kids and understanding that there's kids on their platform that they can't get off, they had to protect them somehow. And the way to do that is to get rid of that edgier humor. And that's obviously not the only reason. When you have edgier humor like that, you're having people become more desensitized to other people's emotions, and it just isn't a bad, like, it's not a good space for people. And on top of that, it's just a bad situation if you're having to beg people to, not be mean because all they see on YouTube is people being mean. This would essentially render call-out culture and just that edgier humor irrelevant and kind of just out of everybody's mind. It's not what people wanted, and people knew that's not what they wanted. It was like a culture shift, and honestly, I can give that a whole section to itself. So without further ado, Section 4, cultural shifts. No one can forget the cultural shift of YouTube. 1 year it went from edgy humor to all of a sudden a safe space for the most part in the 2020s. People went from being professional internet cyberbullies to genuinely caring people. I personally think this is due to younger audiences growing up, just becoming more emotionally intelligent, and people ironically connecting more online because of COVID. Not to mention, online audience just grew tired of the constant criticism, negativity. Even when fair, it started to feel exhausting. Like food being shoved down your throat when you're bloated, or like concrete being strapped to your feet when you're trying to swim up for air in a pool. It felt wrong and content-based rather than genuine. Even if it was funny for a while, it definitely outstayed its welcome. The internet wanted positivity, or at the very least, deeper content. Creators like ContraPoints, Philosophy Tube, or even CoffeeZilla offered more nuanced research blurring the line between commentary and documentary. That's when the algorithm switched. Section 5. The Survivors. That's not to say all commentary is dead. Some creators evolved. They adapted. Channels like Jarvis Johnson, Drew Gooden, and Sarah Z went beyond commentary, mixing humor, storytelling, and analysis. The format matured. The edgy shock jock phase faded, replaced by thoughtful critique and satire. So, is YouTube commentary really dead? No, not really, but the genre we once knew, the raw, reactionary, drama-fueled style, might be. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's time commentary became something more. Let me know what you think. Is commentary evolving? Or are we just nostalgic for a time that can't come back? Leave it in the comments below. And if I earned your like and subscription, absolutely obliterate that like button and the subscribe button if you feel like it. Until next time, good night, good afternoon, and good morning wherever you are. My name is Buffering Beef, aka Jonathan Spencer. Out.